Grundy has a chance? Yeah, totally. It's in the top 3. I mean, there's almost no doubt in my mind that I'll finish tonight. Oh, coconut, please. The only question I have is like how soon I'll finish. It could be an hour, could be like 2 hours, could be like 5 hours, but I will finish today. There's very little chance of us not finishing this tonight, so yeah. Hello, welcome in. Day 2 of our God of War 3 playthrough, but like day 7 of all the God of War stuff. And yeah, I think it actually is 7. 6 or 7. Anyway, the God of War trilogy has been a perfectly competent franchise, but you know, there's some severe flaws in the games here and there dotted around. But otherwise, yeah, good series, enjoyable. Just they need to make the protagonist at least likable in some way, because honestly, I have zero interest in continuing his story, his journey, you know? Because that 3% steel is probably something good, so you know, get that bread or whatever. Coconut, jump up here so you don't try to jump up on my lap, alright? You frickin' dork. Anyway, we're deep into God of War 3. Feels like we're pretty near the end. Tried to have sex with Aphrodite. Did, actually. So, you know, the highlight of the game is over. Didn't kill her, though, so that's weird. Anyway, it's the weekend. Happy weekend. Hope you're having a good one. Let's just get right into it. We got Dragon Died, Ring of Power, hello. Slight Asher, thank you for 69 months. Nice. Mega, no name, hello, hello. What's up, Berserk Now? Kohai, thank you for 35 months. Nice. Who else we got? We got Pink Sammy, Minchie, how's it going? Trans, what's up? Slight Asher, hello. Phoenix, Bullet Catcher, Lurkers. So yeah, we just did this garden, killed Hera, and that's where I wrapped it up. You gonna load or? Thank you. Just gotta tell it to load. All right, let's just get used to the, oh yeah, we had this weapon where we hold the button and we like link. Oh, I can hold the button. No, never mind. Okay. I thought I could hold the button and just keep doing the combo. I can actually. I can just double tap it. So if I tap it once, I do the first hit. But if I double tap it, then hold it, he'll just continue the combo automatically until that. That's actually really rad. Whereas with this one, he'll hold all of them. Cool. All right, let's just get right into it. You know, the only thing that makes me think that I got a little bit of time left is that I'm not maxed out on my stats. But I mean, I could have just missed that stuff, you know? Anyway, let's see. We've been killing like all sorts of gods. Poseidon, Hercules, Hera. We didn't kill Aphrodite, even though she was just right there. Instead, the game let us have sex with her because reasons. You can tell he really misses his wife and kid. because he just like sticks it in any random lady that comes along. Coconut, buddy, can we not do this? What's up? You're looking sweet. Oh yeah, he's just being a butt. Just being insistent. Oh, cool. Coconut, come on, man. Fucking, it like shocks me every time he slaps his cold nose on my fingers, and it's like, yeah, fair enough, X. And I'm trying to get on my fucking case about my attention that I give Coconut. That cat gets the most attention of any cat ever. Sometimes hitting jars is like a struggle in this game. Honestly, the lighting quality in this game is actually really good, yeah. The lighting in general in this game is fantastic. They really, you know what, if Final Fantasy X is a game to try and show off the hardware for the PS2, God of War 3 is a game to show off the hardware for the PS3, because they really did, like, they forced out this like lighting mechanic just to like take advantage of the PS3 and show what it could do. You know what I mean? Like, they did this with purpose. It would have been better if you didn't have to hold it up though, you know? On the Great Chain, the heart of the labyrinth hangs in balance between Hades and Olympus. The power, if one side loses its grasp, the power of the labyrinth will rise or fall accordingly. The balance is forever shifted. And as all his man will be caught in the wake. The caverns again.
Gift of Hades, the liquid fire. That is what is first. Next, I will take the gift of Boreas, the ice stone. That will give me the power to bring my son back to me.
These have really good damage. Oh, never mind. These are the ones I hit multiple times. I guess we're doing this here because, holy shit. Just getting stun locked every time I get like even remotely. Like remotely tickled, and it's just stun lock after that. It's kind of dumb, like there's no iframes, you know? Oh, I see what the game wants me to do now. That's why it seemed ridiculous, because it is. Although this thing does not last long enough for me to actually get any kind of substantial damage on these enemies. Now it's just Stunlock City again. The QTE really is really bad in this game because the QTE pops up instantaneously in the middle of your mashing. Like you're mashing to try and get, you know, the grab on the enemy, and then it's just like instantaneously it pops up. So you oftentimes will just hit the wrong button on accident because it's like part of your mashing, you know? Part of your struggle to survive. Just don't mash. Yeah, okay. Literally, the comboing is based around mashing.
Soon I will have my boy with me. I built it. My calculations are complete. They are.
Or actually, here's a wild thought. Get rid of the QTE entirely. I understand that it's like part of God of War 1 and 2, but it doesn't need to be part of God of War at all. Zeus hovers endlessly over my shoulder, even when gone. His presence is felt. Seems the heart of the labyrinth will be both a lock and key. The judges of Hades, the final latch. But I promise that if I do not get my son, all that it will unlock will be the destruction and chaos. Yeah, save points are super buggy. Hey, Coconut! Hey! Hey! Oh, no, you fucking don't. Yep, that's exactly what it was. He found a little piece of plastic hidden behind the bookcase or something like that. I don't know. And as I was like kind of snapping, because I snap and usually he listens, he started to try and grab it and run. So that was just like why I was like, oh no, you do not. What they could have is a dedicated QTE button that you always press and you just gotta time it and that's that. That would be more interesting, I think. Further experiments with hydraulics have failed. These workings are too massive for any traditional machinations. I hope that my trip to Hades to investigate the workings of the judges might reveal a new source of energy. I've heard rumors of a fire more pure than any mortal source. With every failure, I feel my sun slip further away. Interesting. Maybe I didn't really miss much, or there's just more than you need. Because if I'm getting another feather there, that makes me feel like, you know, the first one that I got at the entrance was like the start of it, you know, of the next 3 that I would get kind of thing. And so that was the second one. An intense heat radiates from this mechanical lock. There's no way to activate it. Wonder if I have enough to level up these blades. I sure do. These have been really good, honestly, the Blades of Exile. Wait, no. Nemesis Whip, that's the one. That's maxed. Nice. Good. I think the Nemesis weapon, or whip, is the best weapon. I think they did a better job of making the other weapons levelable, for one, and also having like similar or like better functionality than the blades. I have lost the Boreas Ice Storm. It was to be your gift. My son would have been the master of the labyrinth. The search continues day and night, but the scorpions grow thicker. Every day I fear the worst. What's up, Titus? Okay. Well, I'm dead again. Because I got petrified in the midair, and half the combos of the weapon throw me up into the air, so that's cool. What a great design. trying to stun them so they don't keep petrifying me. Literally the worst enemies in the entire game. Well, I don't know. There's some pretty bad ones, to be honest. Just some of the enemy types like aren't interesting. They're just bullshit, you know? And that's kind of where those are. They're not interesting, they're just bullshit. Oh, they're just hard, you just get better. No, man, they're bullshit. You finished Expedition 33. There's 6-hour time difference between your game file and the total on Steam. So, did you just like sit on the title screen for a long time or something? Oh, deaths. Oh, yeah. I didn't do it. So I have 6,500? I wonder if I could level up one of my spells or something. No. The spells get leveled up with your weapon. Increased damage. Maybe the Cestus. That'd be a fun weapon to level up. Yeah, we're gonna level up this. Maybe it'll get to a point where I might actually use it. Its grand scale is testament to the mighty gods it was built for. The cruel and deadly traps testament to the mortals for who it was built by. Oh, okay. Well, I think I better pick up these, at least the mana box. That's fine, you can throw like 1,000 of these scorpions at me. Oh. Mama Scorpion is here. Oh, you can't block that. I'm guessing I gotta... I think I'm hitting it. I'm like spamming down on my dodge, and he fucking goes to the upright. Like, that's the direction I was pushing, and he goes up right into the boss's model instead. So stupid. The dodge since the first game has always been really inconsistent. I failed that! I'm sorry! No, I fucking did not! Okay. Dodging is virtually impossible on this. Like, you have to basically already be gone before the attack even starts. Because this game doesn't understand proper game balance. There's telegraphing, and then there's... Here's the telegraph, you're too late, you can't get out of it. Wow, and actually let me get out this time. Oh, is somebody backseating? Seriously. Use the cestus. Really? I'm forced to use the cestus? Well, the game let me know. How am I supposed to fucking get over there if you just keep grabbing me every time, stupid game? Let's find out. He's doing the thing again where he ignores the colors. That's literally backseating. That's telling me that I need to pay attention to something that I may be missing or something. It's also been a week since I played the game, so you know, maybe I fucking forgot. Also, I remember the whole color thing, and this did not trigger any kind of memory about that whatsoever. So I think that's just the boss design being not very clear about all that. But the game let me know, so no big deal. Can I fucking press buttons or are you just gonna stun lock me again? And oh, it just grabs me again. Like what's the, why? It's like he's scripted that if you go towards his side, he just instantaneously grabs you. Like what's the fucking point? Like I need to go over to the side and to just stop. And it's like virtually impossible to dodge because you're already going off to the side. Stupid, dude. Controlling the direction you punch with the cestus is really, really not very good. You're just all over the place. surprised that missed me. Why are you here? Oh, hey, there's a poll in chat. Why are you here? Community, watch streamer suffer. What the fuck? Why did that blast me off the edge? I'm so confused. Well, back to the top. Just want to press buttons. You know what I'll say? This game suffers greatly from throwing in a bunch of fucking ads into every fucking fight, making it annoying instead of an execution-based design. Like, this is just obnoxious. There's so many ads all the time in every boss fight all the time, and you just get interrupted with everything that you're doing instead of just creating an interesting boss fight. They just throw in ads. And I just sat there getting stun locked near the end of that first little bit there forever because of all the fucking scorpions. This is an obnoxious boss fight. It's really fucking dumb. The game's like, go to the side to hit the leg. Oh, by the way, you went to the side? Well, now I'm gonna grab you, or I'm gonna turn 180 degrees so you can't get over there. You're just gonna run around in fucking circles while we stun lock you with 80,000 fucking scorpions. It's boring. It's fucking annoying. Why did I get his tooth back? Because the wind thing blew me off the edge and killed me. Just moved dead. So basically, I guess what happens if you jump during that at all, you die. So that's cool. Even though it's like almost like laser point thin, it still affects the entire platform, which is also hilariously bad conveyance. It's just a bad boss to fight in general. Just poorly conveyed, poorly designed, poor mechanics. Throw a bunch of ads as the only means of actual struggle. The cats! You're not even here for making fun of streamer? Just cats? Wow. I can't believe nobody appreciated my mad gaming skills either. Like this is especially egregiously bad. This is your opportunity to do damage to the boss. This is it. This is your let's unload my combos and everything I've learned about playing the game and everything. And the game just throws a bunch of ads at you, and they do this all the time. I think every single boss in existence has something like that in these games, and well, this game specifically, anyway. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't even know what was going on. Oh my fucking god! I had no time to even. I thought it was the circle mash. Stupid QTE bullshit too. I'm fine with QTEs, but yeah. The way they do it in this game is very bad. Borea's ice storm. Jade contains the icy breast of the north winds. The icy breast of the north winds.
Found the Boreas ice storm. It is the key to unlocking the labyrinth.
Freezer burn. Oh, okay. QDE. That's me. I'm QDE. Oh wait, no, I'm BGG. Sorry, I get those confused. Ooh. Magic upgrade. Extreme magic upgrade! Stab into a Slim Jim! Surge! And other extreme things! Guessing I grab the rope? I'm guessing I do not grab the rope. Gee, why do you insist on being such a bad kitty? You're not supposed to be up there. I mean, it is on top of the computer tower, so yeah. I imagine it is pretty warm. Oh, there we go. I see the hook point. You know, these kinds of things where, you know, the intensity to kind of swing around only really work if, like, they're conveyed properly to the player. When you hook and you randomly get swing or not swing, you don't know what to expect, so you just kind of going in. And you expect to just kind of go swing, jump, there's a pattern to it, and then it's a cheap way of creating conflict for the player. It's a cheat, essentially, is what it is. Accidentally overkilled the Medusa. Isn't this just back to where I was already? Sure is. Oh, right, of course. I'll be able to open that up with the thing. It's a good thing they planned this around randomly the Scorpion having the power of Boreas or whatever, and you need the Fang from him to make the thing come down. I mean, that was just like crazy amounts of foresight on that. Damn. And I will say that is one of my biggest gripes about the game, is that the puzzles are designed around this random happenstance of things occurring. Like, nobody's building that with that in mind. You know, you could say that, like, in some cases, you know, you're kind of like saying fuck the puzzle and you know, you blow something up to get up to where you need to go or something, but that gets just as ridiculous because you'll, like, in the first game where you push down a statue and it just happens to fall exactly where you need it, like that was the objective all along. It just... I get just kind of doing extreme things and just being a badass and you know, blowing shit up and you know, going around being a cool guy or whatever that doesn't give a fuck. But there needs to be a measure of logic. Instead, it looks like he just kind of dumb lucks his way to everything. It's dumb luck. Straight up. Every single step of progression that Kratos gets is dumb luck. And it just kind of... You know, it doesn't make Kratos feel capable. It makes him feel lucky. Zeus has demanded a new cell to contain an additional prisoner. After seeing the judges of Hades myself, I can only feel remorse for the poor soul who will be tortured here. May they find release long before the chain of balance does.
Who's there? My son! My beautiful Icarus!
Yeah.
Good, good. You have the Ice Storm. The Scorpion must be defeated.
You just know
Ice
that?
Storm. That is the secret of the labyrinth. To escape it, we must assemble it. Oh, good, good. You've already started. I've seen the cubes moving into place. Now, once inside, you must use the gift of Boreas. It is the catalyst that drives the labyrinth.
No, you're a breathing person, so I need to kill you.
But you, what have you done with my child? My boy, where is my boy?
Your son is dead, Daedalus.
My boy, my child, no, no, no!
All of his documents were saying he was trying to bring him back anyway.
Took the gift of Hades, the liquid fire, and the ice storm to create the power of the labyrinth. Create the power! Create the power! The power to create, the power to destroy. The king of the gods has forsaken me. He said that if I built the labyrinth, I would see the return of my son. He said that if I took the liquid fire, oh my boy, oh my child.
Well, time to kill him because he's a living, breathing person. And that's just what Kratos does. He takes living, breathing people and makes them unliving, breathing. Wow, 1,300. Unless they're women, then he just has sex with them randomly, and they're just totally cool with it because he's a hot dude with lots of muscles, and they're hot babes with giant bazongas, and that's just how things happen. Obviously. I don't even see this rope here. Oh, there's a hole on the bottom. Well, that wasn't... I want to like this game a lot more than I actually do. Like, there's definitely some cool factors to it. There's a lot of the gameplay often feels very nice, and then the rest of it happens, and it's just like, I thought when I saw the rope going so close to like the bottom, I thought, oh, I could just jump up and grab the rope here. So I'm gonna drop down to the bottom and see if there's any hidden chests or something here, because the game doesn't really direct your eye to it. So I thought, oh, there's definitely some hidden stuff here. Instead, all it does is hide the fact that there's no fucking floor, and it's just like dumb. Just dumb. And you know, honestly, it makes sense how God of War 2 took the wrong lessons from God of War 1 when they made that game. The developers aren't clever or smart. They didn't have the masterpiece design in mind when they made God of War 1. It was lightning in a bottle. It was an accident. They accidentally made an amazingly well-designed game. Oh, cool. Oh, am I supposed to go up? Oh, I didn't even notice that it was rising. Oh, this is completely lucky. But yeah, they clearly
What are you doing?
did not know what they had. Did not know what they had with God of War 1. It was an accident. And that this game was kind of further proof of it. Yeah, it's not very clear that the thing rises up, actually. Oh, my dear Lord. It's just not well built. What can I say? These are really poor designs, all of them.
What are you doing? Don't do it, Father.
He literally just told me to. You told me to activate it, you fucking idiot. Oh, okay, the opening is there because the builders of this knew that you would have to swing onto this chain and grab it, and that's where you would be when you needed to go inside. Door right there. Conveniently for you. Super duper intended. Alright, before I activate this, I gotta go to bathroom. Be right back in a minute. R1. What's a pirate's favorite PlayStation button? The R1. Pretty much just stuck in this corner. I can't do anything about it. The mount lasts way too short of a time. Cool, cool, cool. I love how if I get demounted, I instantaneously take damage from the fireball. That makes me feel rewarded for doing the cool thing. What the fuck? Oh my fucking god. Dude, this is stupid. Why? I hate the QTEs in this game. Just extremely poorly done. Can you imagine playing this game on any kind of sizable TV? You're like, you know, just to do the QTEs. Fucking idiotic. They essentially hide them from you. And that's the last thing they should do. Not only is it hidden from you, but then you have like the tiniest little window to react. I think I have like a 25-inch monitor. Not even that, maybe. I don't know, 20, 23, 25, something like that. But I'm only about a foot or two away from it. And I feel like I have to like look over just to catch the QTE, you know? Oh, wow. Yeah, that seems frustrating. I'm playing on console, but I have it looped through a bunch of stuff, but the actual like delay is insignificant. There's no delay from what I press and then what I see. So, like we're talking like, you know, nanoseconds. So I don't have to worry about any kind of delay, and even then it's still pretty rough. Oh. The only thing at this point that I feel like is ridiculous is the level of technology on display here. This is some pretty advanced mechanics. Pretty sure they didn't even have like the catapult, so like no levers and pulleys even at this time. But it's cool. I think that's the last level for the Cestus. Cool. Now if I need to use this Estus, it's not so bad. Oracle sees future and then takes technology. Makes sense. Okay, so this is probably gonna be a move the thing around, get the block on there, and then that'll open it up. Okay. It'll turn this way. Yep. And then I just move this over here. Or maybe it goes all the way around instead of going back. Nope, it just goes back. Why wouldn't it fucking hook? And this is why it's important to freeze the environment time when you're doing a killing blow. Did we learn a lesson yet? Nope, in 3 games you didn't, so I doubt you're gonna learn it anytime soon. I don't know a fucking button to press then, I guess. Because it will not let me grab onto it. It should be R1. And it's not letting me grab it. Oh, that's cool. That's not it. That's an attack move. Well, cool, I guess we're just gonna fucking sit here until randomly we figure it out. I'm glad it's not convoluted. It's not just a simple button. I don't know what I pressed. What's up so late? I'm having a chill day. I was stuck in the air from a combo, and that was it. Good lord, dude. This might be my new least like worst part of the game. You know what I mean? It's just the game is kind of full of this bullshit. It's just gimmicky garbage that one-shots you because you didn't do the exact same thing or the right thing or whatever, and like if you didn't, you know, get the exact RNG that you needed in order to do the thing that you needed to do, you just die. You can get stuck in combos or stun locked by an enemy and you just die. It's just obnoxious. It's just super, super obnoxious. The difficulty of this area is directly related to how the enemies move and if they move onto the spikes, and how RNG the juggling is against you. Also, it turns out that the pattern is random too, so you can't even like predict the second one in order to like make sure you're standing on a spike tile. Oh, they don't even take damage from the spikes. Fucking bullshit. Okay. Glad to be done with that nonsense. Oh, probably the Cestus.
Pandora!
I care about you for some reason. She's not topless. Is this even God of War? She needs to be arbitrarily topless is the only way.
He never talk to you again. He told me if I did, he would hurt you the way he hurt my father.
He won't.
He told me he would kill you.
He can't.
Actually, she kind of looks like a kid, so that's probably a good thing.
We must leave this place.
Come, I can show you the way. Kratos, help me up.
Kim's running away. Okay, that's awesome. Dude, I just want to carry her like that through the entire game. That'd be awesome. Just give her like a bow and arrow or something. Run around and let her shoot shit.
Look out, Kratos.
Look out, Kratos.
Careful, Kratos. Look out, Kratos.
Good thing it doesn't randomly petrify her.
Kratos.
Lucky. It's petrify resistance. Awkward music shift. I just want to see if there's treasure up here. Why are you jumping off? Okay. Also, I find it kind of hilarious that she just knows that, like, Kratos isn't gonna hurt her when, like, literally every other person that encounters Kratos is like, no, don't kill me, no, oh no, not you, Spartan, please, do not kill me. But she's just like, oh, it's Kratos, my bestest friend in the world. I know you, except that we've never met. I can't do anything to help you. Because the game wouldn't let me move the fucking... it just stuck me up there. I thought it was a cutscene playing.
You killed me!
Good.
Good.
Thank you, Plain Acid, for the 599 bits.
Thank you.
Enjoy it so late. Hope you have fun.
Kratos?
going to try something. I think I got it.
No button or switch up here.
Cool.
So what did she hit to open the door? They can play High School 923 bits? Hold on, hold on, hold on! I'll get you in a second. Are you horny to win? This game is made by literal children. Well, that was bad timing. I tried to push it because I knew that I was a little bit behind from looking around the room trying to figure out what to do. So I just kind of pushed it.
Kratos!
Kratos. I think it's funny that you have to do the runny, climby thingy there when like literally it's like the same texture as the grate that you climb on. So why does that one require the boots and then this one you can just climb on? You know, there's that poor conveyance at work again. It's kind of one of the big things I'm talking about, how this game is kind of poorly conveyed to the player on what you need to do, where you can do the things that you need to do, etc., etc. It just leads to a lot of confusion and dying, cheap deaths. You know, you can go to the surface and breathe, right? Hold on. Yeah, you're fine. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm ready. This way.
This looks like the room that we came in on.
Thank you, Kratos.
Our journey is far from over, Pandora. By its end, you will not be thanking me.
I know I look it, but I'm not a child, Kratos. I've seen many terrible things. I'm not afraid.
Okay.
I understand what lies ahead. I saw
Oh.
Zeus torture my father.
Okay.
I saw him beaten because of me.
Okay.
I should have helped him, but I was afraid.
Hephaestus did what every father should do. Protect his child.
Okay. Cool.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
fault. I failed him because of fear. Fear is its own kind of darkness.
Good. Cool.
In that darkness, I
Yeah,
heard
no,
what the gods
rest.
said about me. They called me a monster.
Words mean nothing.
Perhaps. But in their words, I heard fear. The fear of an ash-covered warrior.
They clearly didn't care
Fear
about
of you.
visuals with hair, that's for sure. Looks like she's wearing
The
a
fear in the
hat
gods'
until you get
robes,
really
mine
close.
was replaced by hope.
Hope is for the weak, Pandora.
Hope is what makes us strong. It is why we are here. It is what we fight with when all else is lost.
Damn, he just moved that door like it was nothing.
This is what hope delivers, child. You should learn that now.
Cool. Thank you, Playing Ads with 123 bits. Is it hug time? No, not yet. Hugs. I'm glad she doesn't have a life bar. Boy, that would have really ruined this so much more. I'm sorry, excuse you? Oh, it's a twirl thing. Now, they just changed that up. It used to be, it's a Minotaur. It's always been mash circle since the first game in every game. You know what would also make the QTE better? Is if it was the same QTE for every enemy type. Like, if you kill a Minotaur, it's always the same. If button inputs, you know, it's always going to be twirled and circle. Or whatever. You know what I mean? Okay. Does this fight ever end? Find out. More at 11. I really steered him in the wrong direction. That was a double joke because I grabbed his horns like it was a steering wheel, and bulls are often referred to as steers. Or is that horses? You know what? I'm not sure anymore now. Why isn't it grabbing? The best part about the whip is the L1 circle ability is the good one. Horses are stallions. Oh, sure, but horses are also horses. Like, lots of animals have lots of different names. Just because they're also stallions doesn't mean they can't be something else. There's a piece of fabric in the front line of the ground. The message is inscribed in blood. It reads, Spartan, no man was meant to make it this far. How did he write this? How did he write this? How did he? Well, maybe you are not a man, I do not know you, but I suspect whatever brings you here means that you are no friend of Zeus. He must pay for breaking his promise and letting my son die. I can only hope that you complete your mission. What a fitting end to die in my greatest invention. I think I'd love more an Icarus now that I can be with him. Also, that's a big, long sentence written in blood on a piece of randomly ripped fabric. That's a lot. They could have just had him voice that when you got into the room. It just makes no sense. No sense. It makes less sense than the crazy bullshit I do in combat and how I push a statue down like it's nothing, you know? That makes way less sense. His arms were bound. He's... God, so many things. Oh, okay, that was like a phoenix feather or something. Since I have the max, it gave me nothing. Cool. Good to know that there's more. I like that. I liked that about God of War 1. And they missed that in God of War 2, I think. So, I like that. I think it gives the player a reasonable chance of getting all the stuff. Max health and all that kind of cool stuff, you know? I mean, this is my first time playing it, and I have max item and max health, so... I think I just need a singular feather. Well, if there's one of those two, then there's a third one as well. There's definitely one of each in this area. Just gotta find the last one. Maybe not. Or I just didn't find it. There's this as well. Looks like I can climb up here and grab that. Alright, there was a place I didn't really look at. I want to take a peek at a little bit closer. It was like this bottom corner here. I feel like I kind of missed that. Okay. I guess only two. Maybe the feather in the other room was the third item or whatever, and these are the other two.
The chain, Kratos. My father once told me it maintains the balance of power within Olympus. Break the chain to raise the labyrinth.
Wait here.
Which one does it gotta break? Also, why are we going down? We climbed all this way up just so we could just drop down? Thank you, Plain Ask with the 456 bits. Pretty tight maneuvers here. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. I did not get hit by that first one. That's bullshit. But every other time I got hit, the screen was just cluttered with the debris and I couldn't see where the fuck I was going. Genius design. Come on. He didn't even use his wings to like stop the fall at all. So he just fell and died. See, the difference here is it's a story fall. You know, every other fall, it's like just environment, gameplay, you know, kind of thing. Cool, yay, stun lock. It's fun. I'm trying to block, it's just not giving me blocks. Clusterfuck 732. cool. They can dodge my magic spells. That's awesome. What a great enemy. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Why is that chest closed now? I definitely have been over there. Meadows, what's up? 109 friggin' months? Thank you very much for 109 months. Hope you're doing good. What's up, Loadfellow? Guess I'll look around. Because these should have been opened as well. Nah. Huzzah! It feels like there's a choice there. Like you have to know which one does which. I don't know which chain does which, but they're attached to the same link, right? So I don't think it's a choice. There were two chains. Before, when I was up on the top of the box. Can you jump off? I know you can jump off. There, whatever. That works. I'm swimming in the air. Cool, good. I don't have to fight all that garbage. Because I really didn't want to. There's just way too much like HP sponginess, fight gigantic long battles with way too many enemies. It's just, it keeps going and 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 going. And going 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 and going. Better grab on. Ooh, good thing only everything else got destroyed.
He knows, Kratos. Zeus knows I've escaped. Hurry! I can hear him. He's near. Please help me, Kratos.
Can he just teleport wherever he wants to? We've already established he's got convenient teleport. Boy, that talk about convenient. He just decides he wants to fly all the way up. He's had the wings since the beginning. Why didn't he just do that at the beginning of the game?
Pandora! Pandora! Athena?
It's all right, Kratos.
Remember your purpose, Spartan.
That ain't no
Remember
Athena.
why you have come so far.
What's up, Zordon?
Prepare yourself, Spartan. You know what you must do.
I will raise the labyrinth. I will take her where she belongs.
Hurry, Kratos.
Doesn't she need to come with me? I will take her where she belongs. Leaves her there. She should be riding on my shoulders or something, or like piggyback. Maybe I guess I gotta go raise the labyrinth and that'll bring her there. I thought breaking the chain raises the labyrinth, so we broke the chain. Why isn't the labyrinth being raised? My shit's full, so let me see if I can level up anything. Everything's leveled up except for the blades. Why not? Cool. Yeah, the other games definitely did not give enough XP to do this kind of thing, so that's good. I'm only missing one level on the Blades of Exile. And level on the Head of Helios, which I don't give a shit about. So 12,000 orbs and I'm good to go. That is definitely much better in this game, is the amount of XP needed to level up. The amount of XP you get is kind of the same-ish. So yeah, solid balance change on that one for sure. Which is great because I definitely don't need to fight enemies anymore because I don't care about those weapons. So yeah, sweet. don't know if I'm actually doing what I need to do. I'm just doing something because I don't know what I need to do up here at all. Okay, apparently that's what I needed to do. Doesn't seem like it was built to fit through there. It's the Borg. Oh man, I'm out of coffee and breakfast. Oh well. I always love how they design the puzzles with the chaos of destruction in mind, as if they like perfectly planned the destruction to be exactly as needed or something. It's like, yeah, okay.
There it is. I can see it, Kratos. In the darkness, the fires of hope will set us free.
Pandora, no!
You know why I'm here. You brought me here to do this.
I will find another way.
No, Kratos. There is no other way. Let me go!
No, child!
I am not a child! You're hurting me! Kratos, help!
Put her down, Zeus!
Your obsession with this thing has become somewhat of a nuisance, my son.
Release the girl, Zeus!
Don't confuse this object, this construction of Hephaestus with your own flesh and blood. But perhaps you already have, Spartan. Your quest for Pandora, your pathetic attempt for atonement from the family you slaughtered, has caused nothing but havoc on Olympus.
Shut up, old man. You smell like farts.
Yeah. You smell like farts. Think you playing House with the 444 bids?
I see only what I have come to destroy.
Taking pity on you has been my greatest mistake, Kratos. Just as taking pity on this thing will prove to be your greatest mistake.
This has nothing to do with her!
It has everything to do with her!
Put her down!
As you wish.
You missed the giant hole, dude. How did you manage that? Mortal Kombat style, huh? Oh, shit. Thank you, Playing Ice for the 390 bits as well. Thank you. I also agree. Newsflash. Fuck you. Oh my god. When you get an enemy that like is ready for a killing blow, they should be stunned. Full stop. Oh no, not the giant boob! Oh, curses! Just stab him already.
Pandora! Pandora, no!
Stop her, Kratos. Do not let her into the flame.
This is what I am meant to do. You know that. Please.
Hush!
Kratos, you know this is the only way.
Don't listen to her, Kratos. For once in your pathetic life, don't fail.
I don't know, I've succeeded at kicking your ass pretty good.
Your family.
Water and water and water, water, 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 water.
Maybe she was the water to the flame. Thank you, Playing Isaac, for the 800 bids. Open the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? Oh, we already know what's in the box because we opened it in the first fucking game. Why is this? I don't understand. Why this again?
Power to kill a god.
Dude, you opened it last time like it was no big deal. You're just like, cool, let's open it. You just fucking threw it open. You didn't gawk at it. Like you're surprised, yet this is something you've already done. It should be in B. We already took what was inside.
You have sacrificed.
Thank you, Playing House, for the 714 bids.
Stunning failure.
Like, we already opened it and took what was inside in the last game. I don't know why this is like a confusion. It's so stupid. Just no continuity or logic in the plot whatsoever. All this to open a box we already opened in the first game and took everything inside to kill Ares. Oh yeah, the whole world was being destroyed and is in total devastation because of... all the gods I killed, which manage the balance of the world. My take is that when Zeus dies, or like all the major gods die, the world actually goes into balance and harmony. And the reason that everything is so chaotic right now is simply like an intermission period because there's still one god trying to control everything. But when all the gods die, the world just isn't being controlled anymore. It can go back to it, you know?
I will have much to do after.
Yeah, right, Zordon?
Face me, father. It is time to end.
Daddy?
Yes, my son. It is time.
I'm definitely gonna lose. Oh hey, it looks like Gaia wasn't down after all.
The reign of Olympus ends now.
Gaia! You live?
You hit her arm.
It bleeds because of you. I never sought your death, Spartan. Yet you have left me no choice.
Your pawn has failed you, Gaia. Perhaps you should have chosen the other one.
Enough! Father and son will die together.
Sure hope there's a green chest somewhere close by. Oh, this is how I heal myself, I think. Yes, bullet catcher.
I'll put an end to this chaos.
I was hoping to get magic back too. I can actually block these attacks. Okay, I mean, I was doing that too, so. His ass in here. Thank you, playing ass with 110 bits. I can hear it like mirroring. They can play it as with 4 times 110 bits. Thank you, Plant Asking, for another 110 bits. Thank you for 3 more 110-bit cheers, Plant Asking. Thank you. I'm dead? From what? I've been blocking nearly everything it threw at me. Fucking hell, man. Once again, just swarmed with ads. Hello? I'm fucking blocking. Are you joking? What the fuck? Thank you, Planet, for another 110 bits. You first.
I will break you.
Didn't expect that after the L1 R1 match. That's pretty rough transition.
Newsflash! Fuck you!
It's like the 8th time I've stabbed him with that sword, but apparently this time it means something. Thank you, Planet Answer, for the 390 bits! All right, I gotta go to the bathroom before we move on to the next thing in case it's like a fight or something. So, be a second. I found a cutie. Very convenient that I happen to be inside of a mountain-sized giant in the middle at her heart even. And when she died and crumbled, I just happened to be outside. Whew, lucky. Can I have my sword back? Thanks. Should have all the
Surprise, bitch!
god juice ever.
Oh man, we got him good. See, look at his eyes.
Surprise! Thank you, Plate Isaac, for the 777 bids. Really?
I grow weary.
He's just gonna throw the sword at him, right? Oh man, I got sidekicked by his ghost spirit. His ghost spirit daddy electrocuted me. Thank you, Plate Isaac, for the 333 bits. Just gotta duke it out with just our fists now. How anticlimactic. It's just like I beat the fuck out of him and then it just like ghost pops out and so it's like snap, I win, ha ha ha. Come on.
Nothing but darkness lies ahead, Kratos.
Somebody is really bad at mopping up this area.
Mother, what's happening outside? The people, the fires.
Shh. Stay close, Clive.
I mean, once again, every boss fight is just a fucking clusterfuck of ads, you know? So none of the boss fights really feel that great.
Daddy? Kratos! No! No, Mother, no!
They wouldn't have been spotted. Ares!
Kratos! Come. I can show you the way. Hurry! I can help Kratos!
Don't worry, I know this is like the 8th time you'll die. You've died, but don't worry, I got you. You'll undie yourself.
Kratos, in the darkness, the fires of hope will set us free.
Doesn't that hurt your hand, bro? Feels like a really dumb place to put the handle on a lantern. Or at least one that burns that brightly. Is this Mario Sunshine now? I can make the blood go away.
It is changing you. It is time to lay your fears to rest. The light reveals the truth. The power of forgiveness comes from within. To be forgiven, you must find the power to forgive yourself.
This way!
No, Kratos! Stop!
That's not how that happened at all.
No!
That's not how that happened at all. She jumped in the way. Oh, fine. I'll come back for you. God.
Kratos, fear drove Zeus to kill his father Kronos.
Kill?
The
I
same
killed
fear
Kronos.
that brought the great war.
I killed Kronos, not
Fear
Zeus.
that drove Zeus to kill you, his own son. Zeus uses fear to keep you in the dark. Confront your demons and lay them to rest.
Over here, Kratos!
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me. Now there is.
To be fair, the gods of Olympus abandoned everybody.
Do you remember that day, Spartan?
I won't allow you to hurt her!
Good luck with that little whore you call Pandora.
You cannot change your destiny, mortal.
I gave you everything.
Did you?
Please, don't do it, Spartan!
Am I supposed to like clear the?
That's what you came for. Let me be.
It's Mario. It's Mario Sunshine. Gotta clean the paint.
But in the end,
What's a ballad?
Come, I can show you the way.
And then he just throws it away for some reason, I guess. Pass.
Kratos! Ah! Over here, Kratos! Hurry, Kratos! Kratos, please. I need you to free me.
Don't listen to her, Kratos. Once in your pathetic life, don't fail. Don't fail her like you failed your family.
It's all right, Kratos.
It's a little bit long for like a self-discovery kind of sequence, you know what I mean? A lot of like internal conflict stuff is in video games, and it's usually kept pretty concise because it's a lot of interactive story. Watching a cutscene is one thing, but having to just like sit there and hold forward for, you know, 5 minutes is definitely going to be annoying on a replay.
Power to kill a god.
Hope is what makes us strong. It is why we are here. It is what we fight with when all else is lost.
Hey, I decided not to die again. I just grabbed my weapons again, even though they're all scattered about. Oh, can I? Oh, okay, I can do stuff, apparently. It was all controlled, so I didn't think I could do anything. Oh, now he's actually dying. He's like... God juice or whatever is escaping. I want to like blink or something. Do I have to stop or something? I guess I'll just keep going. I guess you just have to stop. Oh, the chains around him melted again. I didn't know if like it just really wanted me to keep going, so I decided to give it a minute just in case.
You have done well, Kratos. Freed from the bondage of Olympus and cleansed in chaos, mankind is now ready to hear my message.
Look around you, Athena. The world stands in ruin. What good is your message?
Gosh darn
Go
it!
if you must.
What?
But first, I insist you give me the power from inside the box.
If only somebody had prevented this from happening, this world being in ruin.
That can't be true. I can see it in your eyes. You used my power to kill Zeus. You still have it as we speak. Don't you understand? When Zeus gathered all the evils and placed them in the box, I dreaded what would happen if it was opened again. And so, I summoned the most powerful weapon in the world, and I placed it in the box.
I told you, it was empty. Pandora was sacrificed in vain. She died because of my need for
Well, suddenly you have a conscience after the thousands you
must be
slaughtered.
mistaken. You used my power to kill
Cool.
Zeus. I saw it.
Thank you, played as for the 123 bits. Cool.
Of course. When you opened the box, you released the evils to the gods. Infected them. Changed them. Zeus himself fell prey to the dark evils. This is why he became so enraged and obsessed with your death.
Literally nothing changed
was
about Zeus.
consumed
He was
by
just the
the
same
evil.
asshole as he always was.
I thought the power I placed in the box was never released. All these years, I assumed you drew from the evils inside to destroy Ares. But I was wrong.
Powerful enough to gather all the evils and put them away, but one of them coming out randomly is just like, oh no!
The power you took from the box is mine. From it, you gained the strength that Zeus could never destroy.
Also, why does Athena get to have a little
strength
spirit
great
and none of
enough
the other
to
gods that are
overcome
dead
fear.
get to? Which makes me think it's not
Locked deep
Athena.
Inside of you, Kratos, is hope. It has remained buried, trapped by your guilt and the failures of your past. When you killed Zeus, you must have allowed something to awaken it.
Desperation,
What was it, Kratos?
rage.
Hope is what makes us strong. It is why we are here. It is what we fight with when all else is lost.
What was it, Kratos?
All I remember is what I have lost.
That is why you should give me the power. I understand its true meaning and where it belongs. I trust you to do the right thing, Kratos.
Punch her in the tit!
Shouldn't.
You owe me this, Kratos.
I owe you nothing.
I made you a god. I sheltered you from the wrath of Olympus. I delivered you revenge on Zeus.
It is over, Athena.
You would dare strike me down? Again?
You jumped in the way of the sword, idiot.
My vengeance ends now.
Kratos, no!
Sure, why not? What?
You fool! What have you done?
Did I just mess it up or something?
That was meant for me! They will not know what to do with it! You disappoint me.
I just feel like I got a different ending, that's all. I mean, I see that's what I understand what happened, that he released hope for everybody. I get that. I'm not an idiot. But it felt like that was a accident, like I messed up the QTE and so I got a different ending, is what I'm getting at. It's okay, you've died like 15 times. Just don't die. It's easy. Final Fantasy 13, the hope has time for everybody. Okay. I guess. It feels anticlimactic of an ending without further expressing what happens. It just feels like there's some magic glitter flies that go into the atmosphere and that's it. So hopefully there's a post-credit scene. Don't spoil it, obviously. But hopefully there's something, because that's just immensely anticlimactic. I'd rather Kratos stab the fuck out of Ghost Athena and then just sit on the throne of Olympus, the god of everything, and just fucking sits there with being all pissy and everything for all eternity. That would be a better ending. And it's like the concept of the ending that is here is better because, like, you know, okay, hey, he finally realizes he's being dumb and releases hope for everybody and everything, but it's just so anticlimactic. It's just like stab, blat, roll credits. Yeah, now that we've played the classic trilogy of God of War, the God of War reboot, the 2018 God of War is now on the table to be played. So after we finish our Mega Man event, we will be going back to Trails in the Sky, or not Trails in the Sky, but Trails to Zero. We'll be doing that, and then I might do 2 Trails games in a row because we had like a lot of games in a row before, you know, because we did Expedition 33, then we did the Mega Man event, so to kind of catch up a little bit, I might do 2 Trails games in a row, just to kind of sort of close the gap a little bit, since I do want to finish all of them before the end of the year, ideally. But after that, yeah, God of War is on the table. I might do the 2018 reboot of God of War next, or I might do something else next. I have a lot of things that I could play. There's also some incentive games y'all unlock during the Fiesta, with some more incentive games that you can unlock during the Mega Man event, because the sub goals have been adjusted, so you can unlock more of those like Dragon's Lair silliness through subs. End of November, yeah. I mean, look, if I don't make it, it's not like I lose or something. I just finish them the next year. It's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. It's a goal. I'd like to finish them all by the end of the year, but if I don't, then whatever. Current sub count is 385 points. No, it's ridiculous to set goals that it's ridiculous to like make a goal, like a hard deadline if you're not sure if you can make it, you know? It's a goal because you would like to, but if you don't make it, like whatever. What am I gonna do? Just stop streaming if I don't hit the goal? I mean, come on. Like, what's the penalty for failing? That is inaccurate, Ryu Power. Those are inaccurate. I don't think that's been updated. Yeah, I mean, I really want to play it too. Yeah, thanks for stream. Bye. You didn't make it in time. Sorry, guys. I set a goal for myself and I didn't make it. Time for me to retire. I like the credit aesthetic. It's like it feels like a ancient Greek vase or mural in a way. You know, it looks more like a vase, like the art you'd find on a ancient Greek vase. Great timing indeed. Do stick around as well, by the way, of course. We do have the review afterwards, so. I would say overall, I think this is a kind of a disappointment of a game. This is the PS3 era where storytelling, game design, all that stuff is like really, like it's set, right? We're past the PS1, PS2 era where it's kind of up in the air. The PS3 era was really the first like era of gaming where we knew what we should be doing with game design for the most part. You know, it was, it was established. Like there are now books and classes on proper game design, and I feel like if this was God of War 1, it would be amazing. Even if it was just God of War like 1 graphics with God of War 3 designs, but it kind of just felt like they made prettier God of War 2, which is sort of a disappointment in my opinion. Still great game, still really fun. And we'll get into the review of it all, obviously, once we get to the review with the end of credits. Also, there is a poll in chat. What do you think this game is on a scale of 1 to 10? Doesn't matter how much or how little of it you've played, just go ahead and throw a vote up. And it's all anonymous and everything anyway, so. What? No, snake should be a command. There's like a phoenix motif on the ground there. I wonder if that's gonna like allow him to be reborn or something. He had a hole inside of his chest the size of the Grand Canyon, and he managed to drag himself away. That's the post-credit scene? It's even more disappointing. You've unlocked challenges, costumes, videos. Fear Kratos does quadruple attack damage. Enemies do quadruple attack damage. Trophies are disabled. That's annoying. Cool, neat. Some challenges for people that really like the game. That's cool. Wow. That's cool. There's a lot of like making of and stuff. I think there's plenty that could have been done in a post-credit scene to help elaborate and explain what's going on there, you know? To give a little bit more. Like they basically said the world is in ruin, everything is fucked, nobody's happy, everybody dies, and then they suggested that Kratos managed to drag himself off the cliff and drop a few hundred feet down. I'm sure he'll be fine after that. So it's just like, so cool. The post-credit scene just means that he dies more, you know? It's just very, very, I mean, they could have done, I don't need like everything handed to me. In fact, a little bit of headcanon I think is really, really important. Like there should be a little bit of vagueness to the story ending so that there's headcanon about what happens. I think that's an exceedingly important part of storytelling. But this game gives you nothing to attach to. It gives you nada. Like it basically just says everybody dies and maybe Kratos dragged himself off the edge. But it's like, you know, you apply 2 brain cells of logic and it's like, well, he dropped down 500 feet, so he's kind of dead, extra dead now. You know, not to mention the hole in his chest was like wider than his actual chest, you know? Come on, you know? So it just gives you nothing to go on and just says, ooh, ah. You're excited, aren't you? You're oohing and ahhing, aren't you? You're supposed to ooh and ah here. Yeah, no thanks. All right, review time, review time. Let's get our review music going on. Take it easy, Titus. All right, so let's get down to it, shall we? First off, we review on a 5's average scale, meaning that we're comparing data, and that data has to compare against the average value of the rating system, which is on a 0 to 10 scale of 5. So, when a game is okay, it's all right. It does its job, but doesn't really exceed anywhere. It doesn't really fail that much anywhere, or maybe it's just a balance of shitty and awesome. 5, average. Average 5. Okay, it's very important. The fact that so many people don't understand this is troubling. There's a reason why I make such a big deal about it, and it's just we rate on a number of different categories. Visuals would be more than just, you know, pretty graphics. It's got to have detail. It's got to have flash, you know, style, good texturing, good designs, logical conveyance, all those kinds of things that drive the game home visually to the player in order for them to enjoy it more. Just cool animations in your attacks can be a big part of that, and you don't have to have fidelity necessarily. Audio, same deal. Cinematic audio or melodic audio tracks, sound effects, voice acting, game balance, you know, audio conveyance is another big thing. Like when you when you like have an enemy that is ready for a death blow, that I don't think there was any visual like, or not visual, audio like sound effect that said, hey, he's ready for a death blow or something. That could have helped a little bit. Also, they should have been stunned, but that's besides the point. It's a different thing. Anyway, you know, it's a really good audio conveyance that is rarely talked about. Zelda. It is probably the most famous audio conveyance in the history of video games. It's like do 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 do. It's like you just solved a secret, right? That is audio conveyance. It's letting you know you did something special without saying big old words plastered on the screen. Hey, Link, you opened it today. Good job, video game player. You did the thing. Let's go. You know, it's audio conveyance. All right, gameplay, anything to do with the controller, menus, different weapons, playstyles, options, smoothness, movement, how well you attach to objects that you need to climb, and you know the conveyance of being able to know where an object is that you can interact with and stuff. It's part of that as well. Story is also more than just the concepts and the setting. It's also the themes, it's the messaging, it's the writing, the voice acting plays a part of this as well. Also, the poll is still up, by the way, for those of you who haven't voted. Game design's like the structure of the game. Conveyance also plays a part in this. Like game design kind of has all of those things and a lot of none of those things. All the things that make up the game as a product as it's delivered to the player before the coat of paint is put on it, and all the little tidbits are added. Enjoyment is also bugs and glitches, stuff like that. Enjoyment is like my personal subjective score. Just this is my objective opinion over here. This is my subjective opinion. All right. These are viewer choice, right? These are all the games we've reviewed during viewer choice. We've been doing it for what, 7 years now? And I've been streaming for almost 10. So yeah, long time. Lots of games we have played. Yeah, exactly. It's not a grade. When you think about it, 7 years of video games and only 142 does feel kind of low, but then you go over here to personal choice, and these are the games that I've personally chosen. So keep in mind that viewer choice is only Sunday and Monday, so it's 2 of our 6 days a week that we stream, and personal choice I've only been reviewing for 5 years, I think, and we're almost tied, 127 versus 142. So yeah. I wonder why this isn't formatted right. Weird. Alright, our next viewer choice game is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh yeah, it is viewer choice, right? So we go here. First thing we need to do is go here. Shit. Wow, a tie between 5 and 6 and 6 and 7. Okay. That means it's 6 to 7. Interestingly, I expected it to be higher. First off, I forgot, it's viewer choice game. It's been a while, because we had a 3-pack for this one. As you can see, God of War 1, 2, and 3. 40 hours? I think I hit that dead on the mark, actually. Pretty sure. It's about 15 hours per, like 10 to 15 hours per game, 3 games. Pretty sure I hit it dead on the mark. As you can see, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles won by a massive landslide. This is the NES TMNT game. Very famous for being extremely difficult. This is like Battletoads levels of very, very hard. You get your 4 turtles, and you get a set of life, and once they're gone, they're gone. Like, you have to beat the whole game with the 4 turtles without taking too much damage. There's no, like, continues. I think continuing makes you go back to the very, very beginning again. Yeah. We're talking hard game here. So this one, like, as you can see, my estimate is 10 to 100 hours. I may come in tomorrow and just absolutely annihilate this game, or I might be on it for a very, very long time. It's going to be a rough one for sure. I have played it as marked as noted by the purple, but I don't think I've beaten it. I'm pretty sure I haven't beaten it. I may have. Maybe. It was so long ago, I was a kid. Who can say? Anyway, as you can see, TMNT won. As always, we mark off every vote after we finish a viewer choice game. The reason is because as much as it's annoying if you voted for a game and you didn't get it in, it's about fairness. That way, every game has an equal chance of getting in each new time a vote comes in, instead of it just basically being a playlist, which would be very boring because there wouldn't be a vote anymore. It would just be a playlist, and that would be annoying. Also, thank you for the tremendous amount of support in order to get us to play God of War Trilogy. I've had this one on here for a while, and I've actually been really excited to play this, and I'm glad that I was able to finish it so I can move on to the reboot games, not Trilogy, Duology. And I'm really excited to give TMNT another go, so thank you for the support to get us there as well. You guys have been incredibly generous in helping keep this stream going. Thank you very much. And it's now a brand new vote, so feel free to pick a new game for whenever you cheer or donate. And again, it doesn't have to be like this bid war thing. Just whenever you cheer or donate, if you want to vote it towards a game, just put it up there. And, you know, even if you can't support a lot, it doesn't matter. People see what people vote for, and they latch onto that, because a lot of time people don't really care about what game comes next. And when they're supporting, they go, oh, hey, looks like the community's been voting for this one. I'll vote for it too.
And a horse wiener.
Hey, there you
What
go.
did you say? A horse wiener?
And a horse
now,
wiener.
That's dangerous.
Very dangerous. Thank you, Phobos, for the 1,111 bits. He has voted for the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Oh, what the fuck? Which is a PS2 series of hack and slash games, which I've played before, are very good. And I played them around a little bit, but not a whole lot. You know, maybe beat a level or two here, but never really put that much time into it. And that's another 3-pack. We'd be playing 3 games instead of just 1. So thank you, Phobos, for the very generous cheer. Let's get into the review. Is anyone? Oh, we do have the release date for it. Cool. Yay, I don't need to ask for the release date this time. All right, so let's get into the visuals. First off, yes, the game looks great. Yes, it has a lot of really great character models, and the facial expressions are very well done. There's some cinematics, which are nice, but I would say it's definitely on the upper end of PS3 visuals. I think there's more that the PS3 can do, but they definitely tried to highlight what the PS3 was capable of with this game. And judging by the year of release, I want to say this is a pretty mid-tier PS3 release, meaning like, I want to say the PS3 came out in 2008, 2007, something like that. So you're talking 2 to 3 years into the PS3 life cycle. God of War 2 was a very late PS2 release, so there's that. Which means that a lot of what can be done with the PS3 was already established, right? So it wasn't like a new game on the PS3. It was like, whoa, look what the PS3 can do. It was just like, hey, 2006? Oh man, that's actually kind of a late PS3 release. That's interesting, very interesting. Anyway, still, they used a lot of features that the PS3 could do, like the dynamic lighting, which can't really be done in a lot of older consoles. So that dynamic lighting was definitely a feature they really wanted to elaborate on and show off, and I think they did a pretty good job of it. I think those lighting sections weren't really that annoying. PS3 was 2013. Okay, cool. Even though you moved a little bit slower, but overall there was a lot of really good enemy types. Everything was really ramped up visually. It had that sort of like almost like cartoony, over-exaggerated features, kind of like Warcraft 3, where they have big fat square jaws and just kind of that like Time Splitters 2 sort of overly smoothed out aesthetic, which is kind of good for a game like this. You kind of want it to be a little it's because 2006, 2008, a lot of games are still on PS2. What does that have to do with anything about release time? Just because people chose to release games on PS2 doesn't mean anything. I mean, they released God of War 2 in 2007. When a new platform comes out, developers typically drop everything and Oh, PS3 memories are a bit hazy. Is there anything more impressive visually than that intro and the water horse fight? I can't think of it. That was definitely really good. The intro was amazing. Yeah, I had actually forgotten about that. But in general, the game looks really, really pretty. They did a lot of really great stuff in the cinematics of like the gameplay. Most of the fights were really awesome and kind of had this whole moving environment kind of thing going on to it. And that was, I think, definitely the best part about this game's visuals. And the only thing I really didn't care for was a lot of the level design kind of just felt like, I don't know, relatively arbitrary, just sort of like hallway stuff, just like the last game. The first game felt like you were going to places that were specific, and the only one that felt like a bunch of hallways was like meant to be a labyrinth, you know? And this one just kind of you know? I still think the game looks fantastic, and for a PS3 game, they really, really took advantage of the hardware. I'm gonna say 9 on visuals. Sylvia, holy moly, the God Tier 3 sub in 64 months. You got Super Sylvia 64. Thank you very much. Audio, voice acting's great still. The balance is good. The score is nice. It's definitely a good score. It's just not a great score. You know, it's cinematic. It definitely fits. The sound effects feel meaty and chunky for the most part. I will say there's an excess of the blood splurting sound effect, like that kind of sound effect. It's all the time. Every time you do something, it's like you pick your nose and it's like, cool. Okay, itch your head. You know? Don't need it. Also, like the extreme leveling up is a bit dated. It's definitely going to be more of a design thing, but this game is so adolescent. It's embarrassing, honestly. Just like it's made for the edgiest 14-year-olds in existence, and people that have never seen boobs before in their entire life. Like, it's a big deal. It's just very ultra extreme cringe. And even if I was 14, I would be cringing at this game, I think. But still, I mean, the score is interesting. It's good. It's fitting. The voice talent is good. It's fitting. The audio balance is good. It's fitting. And overall, there's nothing really excessive to praise about it. But I would say it's pretty much in line with God of War. So I'll say 7. Can't really tell if there's any reused themes, though. Gameplay! You can do the stair skip, yeah. Go right to Bowser. Gameplay is better than the previous one. We got a 6 on that one. There's still a lot of HP sponginess. There's still a lot of like poor conveyance with some of the designs of the area. You don't really know what you can climb or interact with a lot of the time. It's funny too because you have like the big bright blue thing for like punching with the fist, and like that is clear conveyance, right? That is good. But then the rest of it is like, hey, on this wall you can't climb it, but this wall that looks exactly the same, you can. You know, like you need to have climbable surface visual, period. It's the whole yellow paint argument. If you are like anti-yellow paint and video game design, I'm sorry, but you're an idiot. Like, I don't make the rules, you're dumb. Straight up, you do not understand game design and why it's important to have visual conveyance in your video games, because developers have tried thousands of builds without visual conveyance, and people don't know how to interact with the objects or don't know what object is interactable. And the reason is because in the real world, the rules are very simple to you. You understand them because you've lived there your whole life. You know that every object is interactable, and you know what each object is for and how it can move. But in a video game, the rules are different. You know, there is a specific set of goals and objectives that you're supposed to do. And if it's not clear to the player what is interactable, it doesn't have to be clear as what the solution is, just that it's interactable. Has to be conveyed to the player in a way that makes sense to them. Hence, yellow paint. And you can make the argument like, oh, well, back in the day, they did it with like a light over the door or something. And it's like, yes, that is part of visual conveyance. But how do you make an object known to the player that they can like grab the ledge or climb on it without something popping to the player? And if it makes sense, and that means like if it's a building or something like that, or a structure or something man-made, the yellow paint makes sense. Hell, even if you're climbing a mountainside, it just happens to be a yellow rock that juts out, or maybe a yellow moss on it that grows on ledges of things, and you know, voila, there you go. There's your reason for it being yellow and being visible to the player. These are important game design elements that are essential, not optional, essential. And this game fails in a lot of ways with that. Oh yeah, damn. Plus you had the whole QTE issue with the PSN version, so there's that as well. Ugh. Maybe some motifs and stuff, Lone Fellow, maybe. I didn't notice. It's too cinematic to really get a beat on like what track is what, so I couldn't really pick up on any reused themes personally. Anyway, the actual gameplay, the combat, it's smooth, it's fun, it's all right. But again, too much HP sponginess, too many like loads of monsters to just like kill the player's time and just waste your efforts. I'd rather bigger, more fulfilling and interesting levels with like monsters as you go, as opposed to just, oh, here's a monster arena, go fight 50 monsters again. It gets repetitive, and by the time you're done with the game, you're just kind of glad it's over. A lot of the bosses were just filled with ads and poorly conveyed to the player about what you needed to do, so you ended up taking a lot of damage. The QTEs were abysmal in this one. That's more of a game design. We'll get for most of these, it's a lot of game design issues, but gameplay and game design tend to interact a little bit more. Like there's more overlap on those than the other ones. But yeah, still the extra weapons, they were really well done. I felt like each weapon felt good and it could be attractive, you know, like it didn't, you could pick any weapon, and if it was your vibe, you would be good with that. And I think that's really strong as well. The only thing I would say is that many of the weapons were basically different animations of your base weapon, you know, just chains, and that could feel a little bit redundant, but it was still good. And I felt the whip was unique enough that I wanted to use the whip once I got it, you know. Other than that, I would say it took a lot of the wrong lessons still, you know? There was a lot of skill-based concepts in the first God of War, and then they ditched that in the second one, and it feels like they took more lessons from God of War 2 than they did God of War 1, and I feel like that was a flaw. And especially considering that this is 2010, we're not mid-2000s anymore, there is established gameplay design concepts now. Like there are actual books on game design. There are actual college level courses you can take on game design. And these are also essential in terms of like game design, you know, like we know and understand rules, things that should objectively be in a video game. Now, that doesn't mean that like there aren't alternatives, maybe things that we haven't discovered yet. And so taking a chance is one thing, you know, that's great, right? But in the PS2 era, it's forgivable because those kinds of things weren't super established just yet. By this time they were. And there are a lot of objectively bad game design features in this game that they took from the PS2 era of gaming instead because, well, it was popular before, why not now? And it's like, no, man, we gotta grow, you know? And that means, what I'm talking about there is like the clusterfuck nature of the game. Having 50 million ads, blowing everything all over the place, and there's no room for you to like find the ability and block it and everything. Even the final boss was just a bunch of Zeus clones going ham on you, and it's like, you can't pick one out of the crowd and like block when you need to block. It's just a clusterfuck. So I just took advantage of the clusterfuck and did big AoE attacks and just, you know, said, fuck you, clusterfuck. But it's still a bad design because it takes everything that you've learned about the game about like trying to do your combos and, you know, your different hits and avoiding attacks and timing blocks and just says no. And that's bad design. That's objectively bad game design. Yeah, I agree, in Zetsukin. Yeah, exactly what I said before. Yeah, the weapons felt really, really good. Even the item options were really cool. I loved how, like, you had an item bar, and you know, you if you used it, it recharged pretty quickly. The only thing I would say is that the Hermes dash became useless almost immediately, and it was unfortunate because it was very good. And the bow also started to really fall off hard to the point where it did very, very, very little damage later on because everything was just so HP spongy. So the two really good items kind of just had limited usefulness, which is unfortunate as well. So I would say 7 on gameplay. Story, it's kind of disappointing, honestly. You just kill all the gods, which I guess is kind of cool, but like, I don't know. It touches on this whole they took the evils in them thing, like very briefly, and just kind of like, it just sort of felt like a hand wave, like, yeah, you know, actually Pandora's box, we're going to bring that in again, and we're not going to explain why all of a sudden it matters, because you should have already opened it and taken what was inside to defeat Ares, and then it dispersed or something. If it was like after you defeated Ares, those things, you know, when you died in God of War 2 and lost all your god power or whatever, then he put it back in the box and put it in there, the original place for Pandora's box to be stored, great. But in the first God of War, they made it very clear that Kronos and the dungeon on his back was built for the box. It was built for it. There's even a bunch of documentation in there, and they just retconned that whole thing and just said, actually, this is the original intended place for the box. And it just kind of, you know, it just shat on the whole story of God of War 1. They could have had like anything. They could have used any kind of godly artifact from the lore and mythology, and they just chose the shit out a retcon of God of War 1 instead. And like, considering that's like the basis, the foundation of God of War, you'd think they'd need to respect that one more than anything. And on top of that, it just kind of felt like the ending to God of War didn't even matter. Not God of War 1, God of War 2. Because God of War 2 had a bullshit cliffhanger ending that was very, very frustrating. And then they just like, it made it seem like you were gonna tackle Olympus. Like, you were there, you were gonna do it. Like, it was over. And then it starts off with like, nah, just kidding, LOL. Fall all the way back down to Hades again and build yourself back up again. Man, and not to, oh yeah, I mean, the game is like horribly misogynistic, just really, really badly, but it's like basically toxic masculinity in a video game. You're angry man that beats up everything with anger, and then women are just basically treated like dick vessels, you know. It's really, it's not a good look, especially in 2010 when they should have known better. It's definitely made by a bunch of like immature children, man babies basically. And it's seen in the story too, because there isn't a coherent plot. And in order to have a coherent plot, you have to have two brain cells that rub together. And if you don't have two brain cells together, you're probably just gonna be like, boobs, I roll stamina check on having the sex. You know, it's just brain dead, testosterone fueled nonsense with no logic or actual proper story pacing whatsoever. It's garbage. It's basically smut for 14-year-old edgy kids, boys mostly. You know, it's just gore porn and actual porn, and nothing of value within the story. The only thing that has any kind of value whatsoever is how they talk about hope being the actual, real, most powerful thing, and Kratos actually sacrificing himself to release hope into the world. But those were handled so poorly that it's almost like insulting. It was like so brushed over, like all this buildup to get back to Olympus and building your power back up, only just so that like you can just kind of hand wave away this like whole hope thing. It just, man. So yeah, I think it's worse than God of War 2, because not only did we just have like a bad plot in general, but then we also had the bullshit ending that just felt so underwhelming. So I'm gonna say 3 on story. You mean Aphrodite? Those are Roman. That's Roman. Venus is Aphrodite in the Roman pantheon. This is Greek. Game design. I don't know. I feel like I've already said my piece on the game design. I've mentioned many points of like poor conveyance, and you know, just improper like challenges presented to the player. It's mostly just ads and a clusterfuck with poor conveyance. It errs on the side of mashing buttons instead of like a skill-based input thing. And I think I keep drawing back to the God of War 1 skill-based combat so much, because it was like, man, this they had such a chance to make it so good, and then they just opted to make it a hack and slash, which is fine if that was like the original intent behind it. But I feel like, well, I guess it was the original intent. If that was the original like presentation of it, is what I mean. But anyway, it's just, I don't know. It's okay. It's fine. I would say that it does mostly of its job that it needs to do, but I would say that it lacks in a lot of areas. I think the real thing that this game does that stands above the other God of War games, the weapons are fun and fair and balanced around whatever playstyle you want to do. That's good. And I would say that some of the area designs were a little bit more interesting. Like you had the whole Hera area with the garden and the puzzles. That was really cool. That was a really neat concept, and I think they handled that really well. And I feel like there was a little bit more puzzliness to the stuff than anything. But the problem that I had was all the puzzles were designed with like random destruction in mind. It was like, oh yeah, the only way to get up here is if you like, I don't know, destroy this building and it'll crumble perfectly in your favor, you know? And it's just like, that was designed that way. There's no other way up there, you know? Like you go into a room, it's built like a puzzle, as in like the original construction was based around a puzzle. So that's the intent of the room. But then like the solution is chaotic and messy and stupid. Like, no, man. It just, if it's Zelda, it's one thing, because like it's Zelda, you don't really give a shit. This is like actually, they're actually trying to care. There's like a serious attempt here. The tone is serious. The game takes itself seriously. Zelda doesn't take itself as seriously. Zelda is just Zelda. You go in, you do things that are ridiculous, and it's Zelda. Like whatever. It's not trying to be serious. It's very generic. Oh no, it's the bad guy kidnapped the princess. Go save her. The end. You know. This has a very serious attempt at telling a story, building a world, and so you need to have things that make sense in there, and they just don't. You know, you make the rules of your world, and then you abide by those rules. And they just made rules and then just said, nah, fuck that other part. We don't care. So I would say it's a little bit better, but 5. my enjoyment, I think I enjoyed this one a little bit more. I think I would say 6. If they wanted you to hate every character in the story, yeah. Oh yeah, that's another big thing about the story. I forgot to mention this. Kratos is an unforgivable bastard. He is the most uninteresting protagonist ever. He's not a protagonist. He's the antagonist. He's like literally trying to tear the world down and I'm supposed to care about him. It's like, there's a reason why you don't make games where the bad guy is the main character, because you're basically endorsing being a bad guy, and that's bad. Like it makes the developers bad, right? It's like if you were playing as like an oppressive, you know, government that was subjecting people to torture and murder, like that's not a video game. That's like brainwashing. What do you call it? What's the thing where it where you propaganda. I knew it started with a P. It's basically propaganda, right? And that's not good. You don't want to promote that kind of thing. And this kind of feels like that. They're promoting being a bastard, piece of shit, and just solving all your problems with rage. You know what I mean? And that's not a good message. It's just like, yeah, okay, you could just say, ooh, cool video game, Smash guy, whatever. But there's people take that to heart, especially young impressionable minds, you know? So like you could just say, oh, it's just fun, whatever. It is, but I can appreciate it and just go, cool, you know, Smash, Wii, fun. But there are going to be people that take it seriously, and I think that's a poor storytelling to make Kratos completely unredeemable. There are ways that they could have built this to be cool Smash, but also have a redeemable character. He's like having people just like be killed and coerced into doing whatever Kratos wants randomly as part of the puzzle, like that you could have just done without that. Like that honestly makes him the irredeemable bastard that he is. He like straight up throws people into a meat grinder to make the mechanism stop, and he does like no care about it. Maybe have me throw a monster in there instead. Done. It's still cool. I'm just not killing people instead. You know, especially people with faces where they're being humanized. They're like pleading with you not to kill them, and he just does it. It's just, it sours the experience. That's the one, yeah, that's the document. I will say there are some empty spaces for my comments on a lot of the games. I really need to go, I know I say this every time, I need to go in there and finish out writing out those comments, but most of them have full comments written in there. Keep in mind there's on the bottom, there's the personal choice tab and the viewer choice tab. Viewer choices, viewer voted. These are games that I've picked myself. Some of the personal choice games are really bad games, but they're like part of incentive unlocks and stuff that we did. So anyway, what do we got here? Yeah, honestly, I'm really glad that I started doing this because it helped organize all the history of the games that I've played on stream, for the most part, about 80%. 10, 21, 37? Wow, that's actually pretty good. It's higher than I expected. That's it's definitely above average game. I would say it's a good 7 out of 10 game if I had to give a generic score. It's not a terrible game. I know I have a lot of negative things to say about it, and you know, just because it's toxic masculinity in a video game doesn't mean that it's suddenly a bad game just because I don't agree with it or something. I think the messaging is shit, and I think the character is irredeemable, but the game is still fun. And as long as you can just accept it for the fun testosterone nonsense that it is and ignore any kind of messaging, then great. God of War 3 is fun. I really look forward to playing the reboot series, God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, like you saw me referencing God of War 2 quite a bit as I was going through my review, because it's like, I know it's better, but what does that mean? You know, what did I review? So yeah. Anyway, that's it. And we're actually going to take this opportunity to end a little bit early. So just a quick 4-hour stream today. And I know that's kind of a bummer. I would like to get into the TMNT game, but the thing is that like TMNT has to be beaten in a single sitting. So I don't have the time to like go through and actually give it a good attempt, you know? But anyway, God of War 3 was fun. I enjoyed it, and I think it was a good game. If you're looking for just a mindless hack and slash, then, you know, have some like brain dead fun and enjoy it. I think the God of War reboot series is going to be way better. I'm really looking forward to it. But tomorrow, we get to come in with TMNT on the NES, a very, very famously difficult game. So if you're looking for the suffering, well, it's about to happen. Thank you for the tremendous amount of support in this short little stream, too. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the bits and donations and subs and resubs. We'll see you guys tomorrow at normal stream time. Today was the early stream this week because I had to change up the schedule. But tomorrow it is normal 1 p.m. Pacific start time. So I'll see you then. Have a good night. Take care.